Heidi ho, heidi ho. So, doing some studying today. Always studying. So, that's my thing that I do. I like to research and study and do some more studying and some more researching. And everything comes down to removing our ego for base wants and replacing them with base needs. What do I actually need to survive? And then looking at ourselves and realizing that each and every one of us is a sovereign and respecting that and others. Others are sovereign as well. So as we wish for nobody to trespass against us, we have no right to trespass against others. Freedom of movement, freedom of travel, freedom of expression, freedom to bear arms. All these things are our freedoms, God-given rights, which is masculine and feminine gender, or Ima Abba, mother and father, which is source, the all, Allah, creation itself. And through my research and studies of Hermetic principles and Zohar and Talmud and Torah, you name it, I've been there, done it, researched it. So our Torus field, or toroidal field for mankind, is the energy that we send out. So we are magnetic energy, light, and magnetism is both draws in, but there's also magnetic permeability, which pushes out and builds. So that's what magnetism is, and that's what the Torus field is about, or the toroidal field in man, the energy that we send out into the world. So myself, I don't believe in trespassing because of the way I was brought up and lessons I've learned in life. No man has a right to trespass against another man. Which brings me to a dictatorship. A dictatorship, by definition, can be any time a man believes he can write something on parchment. Anytime a man believes that he has a right, a divine right, to rule over others and write things on parchment, that is a trespass against others, God-given rights. That's a dictatorship. So the United States of America is a dictatorship. They can call it whatever they want, but it's a dictatorship. Everything is dictated on parchment, which makes it a dictatorship. Everything is a trespass against other people's rights. So they're taking away your sovereign rights, your God-given rights, and creating dictatorship. So they dictate that you have to have their documents. Now they want to push their digital currency. The wars that are going on are not by accident. They're planned. And they have been planned for years and years and years and years. So they're making it to where you have to depend on them for your survival. They started like a crab, put it in water and turn the heat on and it slowly starts to boil. Or a frog. You know, it'll jump out if it's real hot, but if you slowly turn the temperature up, and that's what they've been doing for centuries. It's not a new game. It's a game they've played for thousands upon thousands of years. It's the Yetzirah, the evil inclination of mankind, the reptilian mind. So they made it to where women didn't want to be in the home anymore because they looked down on it and convinced women to behave a certain way, and they convinced men to behave a certain way, and they convinced women that having their autonomy meant, you know, spreading their legs for every man riding a carousel, as some call it. So having very little or no respect for themselves. And that's not having respect for yourself, allowing yourself to be used by men. So look at the Epstein class and the files being released and all the perversion there. Well, they've opened the door for that because your children are left as prey for vultures when the man and woman are no longer echad, one, as it's meant to be, as it is in heaven, so mote it be on earth. So in the image of our Imaba, mother and father, Zachara, Unekeva, masculine and feminine gender, which is the very first thing you're taught in Genesis, and all throughout Torah. Torah and Tanakh, and pretty much every religion knows. Buddhism knows, Krishna, and every religion knows there's a masculine and feminine gender. It's in your face, but most people will ignore it because they keep hearing he, his, and him. Everywhere where you hear he, his, and him, there's a gender that's been removed. So anyway, the kettle that's slowly boiling. So all those parasites, we'll call them, are making a profit off this war. Look at the cost of living, how everything is going up because they taught you that you had to depend on them. You got to go to their stores instead of having crops, and almost every town has it to where it's illegal to have a garden in your backyard anymore. Well, that by itself is against the law. The right to forage for food is a God-given right. No man can write that on parchment. But if you claim their address to live in their postal system, then they can go to war with you and write things on parchment. So that would be the ultimate message for today. Quit claiming to live in a post office box. Quit claiming to have kings that rule over you, which is any man that you give authority over you is a king. He's your idol because you vote for him. And this will be the nature of your king. You'll plow his fields. Are you getting it yet? You're going to plow his fields. Then he can write things on parchment because you chose him as your king. Everything belongs to our Imaba. We are caretakers of it, including each other. We are caretakers of each other, not owners of each other. We have no right to do anything that is a trespass against another. God bless. Much love.